Yo guys, so what is going on? Welcome back to another video. Now, of course, you guys know what video this is. It is the weekend. That means it is football. The Premier League kicks off tonight. Manchester United versus Leicester. Tomorrow, we kick off our third championship game of the season, and that is Birmingham City at home. Of course, we welcome down the Blues to the Riverside behind me. I heard they're bringing over just over 1,000 fans. There might be some walk-ups as well, but we're hearing just over 1,000 fans. It isn't bad going for them, I wouldn't say, but Birmingham City come down here tomorrow, and they're obviously going to search for a win. Now, BORO do have a game in hand on them as well. So when I was doing this preview, I was kind of getting I was thinking, why on earth was their second game? Then I remembered, hang on a minute, on Tuesday night, only 2 championship teams played, and they never played. So yeah, Birmingham City have only played 1 game so far this season. Their second one comes tomorrow. It's actually our third. So if we win tomorrow, even though we are sitting at the top, maybe we can extend that gap right at the top, just try and get a bit of ground early on it. But listen, I'm not getting carried away, by being at the top of the league. It's very, very early days. It's 2 games into the season. But what I'm saying is, if we can, if Borough can get a win tomorrow, and say if the teams below us can maybe pick up a loss or draw, it kind of benefits us into our next game. But, just before we start this preview fully as well, if you guys are on Twitter, make sure you head over to BCFC Report. I recently did a Q&A with them this morning. It's actually up on their page right now. So if you guys go over there to my Twitter, which is down in the description down below, I actually retweeted it so you guys can go and have a look at it. Yeah, man, check it out. Pretty good article as well, all about Birmingham Borough's match tomorrow. So yeah, feel free to go and have a read of that one. I read it myself. Very, very impressive. I also did one last season for Borough's reverse fixture at St Andrews. I bossed Borough 1-0. I did a Q&A for them then as well, so go and check them out, man. Like I say, my link down below in the description. But in terms of Birmingham City, especially last season, I'm going to talk about the reverse fixture. It was difficult. Birmingham City made it very, very difficult for us. Even though we won 1-0, it wasn't as straightforward as what it might sound like. Borough scored off a corner. Patrick Bamford put it in. He was obviously not with us no more. Big miss in him. But, Borough have got to move on, and we have done in the eyes of Jordan Hugill, who we've heard all sorts of things from our club, in the last maybe 24 hours. Jordan Hugill apparently won't start until near enough the international break, purely because he apparently didn't have a proper good pre-season. They need to get him fit. So it's a shame that we won't see him for a few weeks. In terms of transfers, let's not go into them right now. I've heard that Borough want to try and get Callas on loan. The speculation's still going around. For me, yesterday was a joke, but that is what it is. It's all about Birmingham and Borough right now. But as for the transfers also, if we're going to talk Birmingham, they've made a loan signing that sent a little bit of a ripple around the fans of Birmingham City. They've actually only got Gary Gardner from Aston Villa on loan for the season. Now, I've seen a lot of things on Twitter, as I do have some friends that do support Birmingham and Villa as well. And I've seen that mostly the Birmingham fans are fighting with each other on Twitter, saying, if you can't get behind the boys, don't come to St Andrews. And a lot of other ones are saying, maybe, a lot of other people are saying, why on earth did he come to us? He's an Aston Villa player. Listen, he's come to your team, and it's all about the Birmingham City fans. How do they deal with that? Well, it's been not announced, but it's been seen that apparently he's going to be playing tomorrow. Now, if he plays tomorrow for Birmingham City, given what's happening right now all over the internet, all over social media based on this guy, if he starts getting abuse of the Birmingham City lot tomorrow, will that affect Gary Gardner? Will that affect the starting 11 of Birmingham? And also the manager, Gary Monk? As we all know, he's going to be returning back to Riverside tomorrow. I personally won't be joining with any of the chants towards him that if they are abusive. And if he starts getting them abusive chants or whatever, I'm not saying he will, I'm just saying in case he does. If, for example, he did, and say if Gary Gardner's getting them, will that affect the whole of Birmingham City's team? It might have an effect on them. Will that make them sort of lose their heads and maybe be sort of bad in terms of their result of the game? Who knows, But listen, man, all the best to Birmingham City tomorrow. Best of luck to them. Yeah, let's say, man, best of luck to them. Safe travel down the Birmingham City side of things. But that's what I'm thinking in my head. I was thinking, this might not be very good for Birmingham, Especially their fans are fighting with you about signing. He plays for your football club. He's going to wear your shirt, he's going to wear your badge. Get behind him. Yeah, I know he plays for Aston Villa. It is what it is. But he's currently a Birmingham boy, and that's the person that you got to get behind, in my opinion. Just looking at it obviously from an outsider looking in. But I think tomorrow, hopefully it's a decent game. I do hope there's no real abusive chance towards Gary Monk. For me personally, he came here to do a job. He had £50 million, and did he spend it wisely? Did he not? End of the day, he came here to do a job and it didn't work out for him. And unfortunately for him, Garrymon got to move on. He got sacked on the night of beating Sheffield Wednesday away 2-1, and then he was sacked, which actually shocked me quite a lot. But like I say, man, as soon as he left, I wished him all the best of luck. And hopefully he can have a good rest of his career. Now, talk about Birmingham opening day fixtures. They actually kicked off at home at St Andrews and actually drew to Norwich City at home 2-2. I thought that was a banging result for them. Looking at Birmingham City's team, yes, okay, I know they brought in a few additions. Lee Camp, he's just come in from Cardiff City on a 2-year deal for free. Obviously, you've got Gary Gardner as well, who is a solid midfielder in his championship. I'm looking at their team. They've also got the likes of Jota in there. Who else have they got? Magoma. They've got ex-Boro boy Lucas Jukovic. They've got Che Adams. You know what I mean? Birmingham City have got some talent in their team. And they've got some flair players. So I thought a banging result against Norwich City 2-2. Who I never really expected them to beat. I thought Birmingham City members would have come out with a loss that game. I was a little bit surprised that they got a 2-2. But listen, man, it's a cracking result for them. And a good way for them to kick off their season, I think, at home. As long as you don't lose on your opening day, everyone should still feel confident, and that's exactly what they do. So, yeah, I say my Birmingham City for me, though, has always been a difficult game for Boro. I mean, I remember years back when Boro went through a phase where they would beat us away from home, and every single time we played them away from home, until I went one year, we beat them, Boro beat them 3-0, and Mark Viduka scored possibly one of the best goals I've ever seen against Birmingham in my life. So, I'd say it's always been a tough game, I think, Birmingham City, especially in the Premier League, it was always a hard game. So, I look at their team and I look at the signs they're bringing in. Now, two of the signs that I think are, obviously, the two that I mentioned, I think they are banging players still. I think, Lee Camp, he is not a bad goalkeeper. He probably will become their #1 as well. Coming from Cardiff City, who have obviously been promoted, so he's going to have a little bit of confidence, obviously, from that promotion. Then he's obviously got to transfer somewhere else. So he should still have that little bit of momentum. Maybe his morale will still be high. And then Gary Gardner, who, I've seen all sorts of this guy. I do feel a bit sorry for him. All he's trying to do now is just try and play his football. And, it seems like, yeah, okay, he went from one club to another. He's getting a lot of abuse. Let's hope that doesn't affect him, mentally. Because, this can have an effect on football players, no matter who they are. So, hopefully he has a good time Birmingham City. And then in safety he does return back to Aston Villa. Hopefully he has a good rest of his career. But, yeah, like I say, Birmingham City, decent players in their team, especially Jota. I know Boro wanted him and obviously went to Birmingham City. Harley Dean as well at the back, a massive centre-back, dead strong man, big guy, brilliant defender. And of course, ex-boy Lucas Jukovic set for his return, who I actually was a big fan of when he was at Boro, if I'm honest. Now, if we talk a little bit about Boro, and talk about our sort of two fixtures that we've had, well, we're actually unbeaten in 2, which I don't think is bad. I know it's only 2 games into the season, but so far this season, we are moving sort of in the right direction. Came back from 2-0 down the last 10 minutes against Millwall, and then went into Tuesday night. It looked like we were watching a totally different Boro side. Came out 3-0 winners against Sheffield United, and we had the game won within the first 25 minutes, you would say, because that's when Boro took the 3-0 lead. Going to this one on Saturday, the fans, the players, everyone around the club should be confident. Birmingham side, yeah, obviously I think they've made 5 signings now, so that's 5 new additions into their team. How many will get played tomorrow? Well, I'm looking at my sheet of paper in front of me, and I think maybe 2 would be definite. Gary Gardner and Lee Camp. Them 2 should realistically be playing for them 2. And then, of course, don't look past their team because they've got some good players. Harley Dean, Jota, Che Adams, these lads have all got talent. So tomorrow, I think it will be tough. I don't think it'll be as easy as what people might think it will be. Because, last season I thought Birmingham City, I thought they had a little bit of a bad season. Of course, they got relegated, but Garrymon kept them up. I'm sure this time round, especially this campaign, they're going to want to try and maybe push a bit higher. I don't think they'll get promoted, but I do think if mid-table will be a top finish for them. And then for the next season, hopefully on Birmingham side of things, should I say, especially their fans and for their football club, maybe next summer, go out, buy some more players, and then try and push higher and higher up the table. I think that's to be their goal. In terms of my lineup, I'm going to keep it pretty much the same, but I always go for 2 up front, as you guys know. So Randolph's in goal. The back 4 is Shorten, Flint, Fry, and Friend. Sitting just in front of them is Adam Clayton. On the right has to be Stuart Downing, because yesterday and throughout this whole transfer market, we've not actually bought a right mid. On the left-hand side is Lewis Wing. The number 10 is Martin Braithwaite. And up top, Ashley Fletcher and Britta Sombolonga, because as I've just said, Jordan Hugill we probably won't see until around the international break time, because he hasn't had a full pre-season. That has been the preview. As for my prediction tomorrow, I'm going to stick for the same one that I gave earlier in the Q&A on BCFC report, and that is Middlesbrough 3, Birmingham City 1. I do think they'll get a goal. but I think Borough would just have a bit too much class for them. But like I say, safe travel to our Birmingham fans tomorrow. Hopefully everyone enjoys the game. As always, if you guys have enjoyed this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow for the vlog of Middlesbrough versus Birmingham City. Up the Borough!